of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Chicago Bears. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Okay, break.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. Well, this defense for the Raiders, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. Well, let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10. In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 40-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. 21. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps them move the sticks. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Inside handoff, Henry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy this caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Henry again on 2nd down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Garoppolo now. Buying time to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack, trying to get away. Going for it on fourth down. Here's Pickett. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as this defense were a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on fourth down. Henry up the middle. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Pickett will look to throw it here. Touchdown! Noah Fant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's one heck of a 3rd down conversion, a pickup of 39. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The Bears are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tua. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Raiders are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They keep it with Henry on first down. Room here to run. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. 6-0 our score after 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the counter, it's Henry. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A give to Henry. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Pickett now on 1st down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. Henry is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and can you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
They'll run on 1st down with Moss. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Down.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to pass. Tua. Looking downfield for Godwin.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Raiders are going to take over here up near the 40. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted. I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now to this point.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Oh, what a move. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Tua now on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
To the air on first down with Pickett.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. He's got his big tight end, Fant.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Trying with Pickett here on 3rd down.
He's got his tight end, Fant.
And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. Looking to throw, Pickett. A quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, Every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. He's going to get it running right. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Derrick Henry with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list.
And the Raiders continue to pull away here in this first half.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
The Bears take over first down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tua, the final shot before half. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And ultimately he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for him. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This defense can use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Here's Pickett.
To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. In today's NFL, you know, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier. Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And my goodness, another interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
And the Raiders are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Pickett throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett.
That's caught inside the 20.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Pickett right back to the air again.
And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Steps away to his, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A'Shawn Robinson, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
Here we go. It's Pickett on 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Bears will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held him, it might go for it again.
77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
1st and 10, here's Pickett. He will find his man Chase complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Raiders.
Jamar Chase,
44 yards.
And the Raiders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set. The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Tua. Rolling to his right. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Black shot. You, yellow.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua.
Looking downfield for Godwin. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Raiders are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Henry will get it. He's been busy today.
And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion.
First down, Las Vegas.
Pickett to throw on first down. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Now Pickett.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He'll find Jones again, complete. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. Fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Going for it on fourth down. Here's Pickett. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they'll get the conversion on a gain of 14.
Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Touchdown! Noah Fant, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Raiders are closing in on a third straight victory to start the campaign.
Lutz good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Pickett. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner,
touchdown Raiders! From 6 yards away.
And the Raiders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Lutz with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
A loss of 2 yards.
Play action. Now it's Tua. And the Raiders have got him.
Poona Ford, the one to get to him and drop him.
Let's go ahead and put check marks by it all, partner. No points. Down by 4 touchdowns. Haven't had anything going today on offense. Why not add a late sack to the mix? Obviously, a day to forget for all involved. Let's give plenty of credit to this defensive effort. They've been excellent from start to finish.
This will be fielded at the 17. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
Pickett now on 1st down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Sidney Jones.
And the Bears are going to take over at their own 41.
That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he's plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the 50.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Tua.
And my goodness, another interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
And the Raiders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on.
Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. That one looks like he'll throw here. This is the tight end Fant. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
To the air on 1st down with Pickett.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Raiders 55, Bears nothing.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here we go. Set.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On play action, here's Tua. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Noah Fant with a catch on the crossing route.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 33 yards that time.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
But they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like...
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Fielded right around the 8. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
Ready up.
One final try for Tagovailoa. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot.